Well, hello, my dear friend. Welcome once again to Blind Dad Does. My name is Ira, and I hope that you guys are having a really good day. Today, we are going to be back doing a little bit of art again. Yeah, a little bit of art. Why? Because I like doing art, and hopefully you guys like to see it as well. So, today has been an interesting day. I haven't done a whole lot because I've only been awake a very short period of time. Go figure, right? Yeah, go figure. But I had a bit of a late day today before I went to sleep. For those of you guys not aware, I was a third shifter for many years, and much to my poor wifeling's chagrin, I sleep a lot during the daytime as opposed to the quote-unquote normal nighttime schedule, and it makes her sad. But I ended up not being able to go to sleep until like almost 10 o'clock today. So yeah, I'm running on about maybe 5 hours worth of sleep, 6 hours. I think I actually got 6 hours worth of sleep today. How that happened, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day overall, and hopefully everybody out there is having a good one themselves. I want to be sure to give a big thank you to all of my new followers. I'm just about there as far as the affiliate status goes, just shy of it right now, and hopefully over the next few days I'll be able to get enough of the average viewers to come along and participate enough so that it will kick me over into that ever elusive, ever wonderful affiliate status. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So oh, hey, Joe. Joe, welcome. I hope that you're having a great time, a great day. I'm just getting started here. Just kind of kicked everything on, and hopefully everything is sounding good and all of that kind of good stuff. But yeah, going to get ourselves going a little bit here with an art process. I kind of actually started this process a little bit last night. After I did the stream, I can show you guys the thing that I created yesterday on stream. It was, well, this little gal right here. Turned out rather interesting, I think. It was different. I had a little bit of trouble, like, wrestling her into submission, I guess you could say. She was not wanting to come out the way that I wanted it to come out. So I had to do things a little bit differently to get things under a little bit more control. And I think that I managed it eventually. Let me see. The other ones that I've done of late, for those of you guys that are just tuning in and have never really encountered me before, well, welcome. Where have you been? I've been here forever. No, not really. I've only been here for a few weeks, but I'm enjoying my process over here at Twitch. This one I created on stream a couple of days ago. It's not complete, but I put about 2 hours worth of work into this one, and I don't know. I kind of dig it. It was pretty different for my style of things, but I still like it a lot. This one here came out the day before yesterday as well. Let me resize that a little bit here. So, you know, a little bit of weirdness for everybody to enjoy, I guess you could say. But I have started a different project. Like I said, I got a little bit more inspired last night. I was listening to some music, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to start in on another project, and let's see what ends up happening with it. So I started something. This right here is the creation that is trying to come out. So I will show you guys, because again, I try to do things in a bit of a tutorial kind of a style with things, so that you guys can like learn how I do things, because I'm a little bit different from what people normally do. But this started off with this right here. So this splash of paint across the canvas here has so far turned into this, and I'm working it. You know, it like I said, I got a little bit inspired with it, so I thought I'd run with it and see where it took me. I forgot to grab my pen for my tablet. What? Go figure. Getting help with the stream's audio, but I'll be lurking to give you an average view count. I appreciate it, Joe. Thank you deeply. I'm so close to it. I'm at like 2.3 on the average viewers right now. I am getting like a fairly decent amount of views, but I think that the problem is that I started off having a much lower count at the beginning stages, and so it's like it's still counting those original videos that only got like, you know, 1.5, you know, that kind of thing on the average viewers. So those are kind of like acting as a bit of an anchor for things. But I've been trying my best to get there. I think I'm pretty close. And maybe within the next couple few days, I'll be able to manage getting it. That would be really nice. Let me grab my tablet, and I will. I'm going to start a different project here real quick, just so that I can run you guys through a bit of the process that I do as far as getting things going for myself. So what I do is I come into Photoshop, and I use Photoshop primarily because that is the program that I am most familiar with. I've been using it for years now. I started off doing photography, and when my vision issues decided to kick in the way that they did, I couldn't do the photography as well anymore. So I kind of shifted my viewpoint away from doing straight up photography into like photo manipulation, then moved into doing paint overs of the photo manipulations, and then finally into painting full-on projects itself. But I still use Photoshop for the most part. If there are other programs that can do some of the things that I'm going to talk about, I would really like to know. If you guys are aware of it, I would appreciate you guys letting me know. I have tried a couple of different things, including Painter, from Corel. I have downloaded Krita, but I have not tried it out yet. I don't want to try it out until I'm kind of done with some of these projects that I've got going on. And unfortunately, the projects keep rolling. Well, I don't know. Is that really unfortunate? I guess it is kind of a good thing. But anyways, so let me show you a bit of the process here as far as Photoshop goes to get things kind of rolling for myself. So I create a new project, and I'll like the canvas color doesn't too much matter depending on what you do with these tools that I'm going to show you guys here in Photoshop. So instead of using just a straight brush, what I do is I come into this tool right here called the pattern stamp tool. The pattern stamp tool is pretty, this one is pretty interesting. It has a couple of different facets to it, a couple of different settings to it that help to facilitate my blindness. So as you can see, the brush that I'm using with this pattern stamp tool is pretty weird looking. It looks a little bit like Kermit screaming into the night or something. Maybe he discovered something Miss Piggy was doing and with the neighbor or something. Fozzie and Miss Piggy got a little bit busy with each other, and he's freaking out. But anyways, this brush has a bit of texturing to it that's a bit odd, right? It's got some squiggles, it's got some weird lines, it's got a lot of different things going with it. I also have this brush set so that if every time that I push the brush down, it jitters the brush. So it kind of makes it go into a randomized sort of an order and pattern and that kind of thing. So then the next thing that I do is up here in the top area, you can set different patterns for the pattern stamp tool to make use of. So what I've done basically is I have taken images that I've created, some images that other people have created. I've just kind of like, fallen in love with the palette scheme of, the color scheme that they've used with these different images. And that's the only thing that I'm making use of is just the color scheme that they have going on. Shut up, phone. You're always interrupting every damn time I do a stream. Anyways, the other option that you can do is called aligned. This one doesn't too much matter. It just makes it so that what you're going to see me do here sort of randomizes a little bit further. If you have it on the unaligned, where the check mark is out of that box, it will make it so that the randomness is a little bit more random. So what you can then do is you can take this brush and you can move it over the palette here, or the canvas, and just start laying down different colors and shapes. So again, as you can see, this tool, this brush is doing some really bizarre, movements and stuff. But every time that it taps down, it is filling in a little bit more color and shape. So at this stage of things, what you can do is just sort of a matter of cloud watching. If you look at this image, you might see a couple of things that are there that are kind of grabbing your attention and saying, oh, I kind of maybe see a face there, or I see a figure there, or a landscape or something like that. It's a matter of basically like, I can look at a cloud and see a bunny. You can look at that same cloud and see a dragon, and both of us are correct because it's the same cloud, right? But it's just a matter of trying to figure out like what you can then run with. So let's say for this image right here, I want to make use of it. What I can do is I can go into my brush tool and I can start like, I'll do it with white here just so that you guys can like get an idea of the thing that I'm seeing here, right? But I'm seeing like maybe this kind of cool, like almost I got to turn the opacity on this up so that you guys can see it better. There. It's almost like it's almost like a robot or something like that that's sitting here, you know? There's its head, maybe a neck right here. Here could be its back, you know, and that kind of thing. And you can just kind of like start through tracing lines and shadows around the objects. You can start chipping away at the cloud and build it into something that can be used and useful. So the cool thing about this kind of a trick is that you can make use of it at the times when you're feeling a little bit dry creatively, because you know, every artist out there goes through the experience of having those dry moments, you know, where you feel like you want to be creative, you want to do something creative, but you don't know what. You don't have an idea in mind of what you want to do. Sometimes we just kind of like burn out as far as ideas go. So this can be a really good way to kickstart the imagination into creating something that you didn't expect that you were going to sit down and do today, you know? To me, that's pretty cool. It's also useful for like young artists, and I don't mean like young age, but I mean young like beginner stages and that kind of thing, to have, again, something that they can grab hold of, because the advantage again of something like this is to create things that are a little bit different. You know, you can step out of your normal style even by doing something like this and find yourself creating something that you didn't expect you were going to do. So, yeah, I think to me, it's really cool to do things along these lines. You know, it's interesting. It's cool. You can, if you want to like add to like what we've got going on here, I could even go into like doing a different palette, or pattern, sorry. And, let's see, my mouse doesn't want to pick it up right. I'm just misaiming is my problem. I'm not as close to my monitor as I need to be here, but let's say I choose this one right here where it's a different color scheme, and you can see like it's also starting to add in, like, this is actually pretty damn cool. This I could make something really out of this, you know. You can also change the brush size to be smaller so that you can get a little bit more like weird detailing here and there involved and that kind of stuff. If I wanted to then maybe do a bit of a brighter color here and there, I could choose a different pattern stamp that has like a brighter palette to it and maybe kind of start laying that out. You see, and you notice I have the opacity of this brush set down to a little bit lower, and that's because I want to try to keep, like, I'm trying to make it so that it's additive instead of destructive, you know. But if I wanted to, I could make it so that the opacity on it is turned way up and the whole thing like becomes vastly different. You see what I mean? Like, you can, right there you go, you can see there's even more things that are usable here. You see what I mean? Hey, Liam. No, I'm just kind of walking through what the description of like how I do things, since I'm just getting started with the stream here. Just kind of like showing people what I'm looking at and what I'm doing and stuff. So this one here is interesting. This one could be like a figure. Like, I see a figure that's right here. Like, maybe right here's where their head could be, and it's like the shoulder line right here. You know, and like right here's their body. You can do their arm like right here, you know. So you can kind of like, you know, and then I don't know, maybe in the background he's like, again, like Liam was just saying there, like do a space kind of thing. I don't know. He's like warping somewhere or something. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. Napkins. I misread it. I'm sorry. I thought it said someone, and so the name someone over on YouTube is actually one of my nephews named Liam, and I misread it. I'm sorry, Napkin. How you doing today? How you doing today? Yeah, I was just kind of showing the way that my things work since I just started out here. Gosh, now I'm really embarrassed. I'm so sorry, man. Anyways, but no, today I'm actually doing something a little different. After last night, I got inspired to do something else. So last night, the finished product, the final product, ended up being. Let me see. It was not this guy. Nope, that's a different one. It was. I gotta move stuff around. This one, and I'll resize it here a little bit. If I can. There you go. Aim correctly, Ira. Aim correctly. There we go. That's what I created yesterday. That was the final product of everything. So after I got finished with this one, I ended up getting a little bit inspired to do something else, you know? So I thought, well, I'll run with it while I've got the inspiration going. And so what I have kind of like started on is, let me close this up. I don't need to save it. There we go. Is this. So this is kind of the thing that I'm starting to work with. This right here is how she started out. So, you know, I kind of just laid out a bunch of the colors and patterns again, like I usually do. And I thought, you know what, there's kind of like a cool maybe figure that is starting in here. So, yeah, that's what I'm running with. So I'm just getting kind of like started, geared up, going here, and well, we'll run with it from here and see what ends up happening with it. I'm going to adjust myself a little bit here so that I can get a little bit closer to the monitor as I do. And you guys can hear me cracking and creaking and my bones breaking and all that kind of good stuff. So, oh, the delivery app is down. That's not good. What kind of pizza do you like? Just out of curiosity. I worked for both Papa John's and Pizza Hut over the years doing delivery for both of those different places. And I rather enjoy both of them. Overall, I like Papa John's a little bit better. They're a little bit better to me. But I get a craving for Pizza Hut still sometimes. You know, it's like one of those kind of things. I love their thin crust. Like my favorite from them would do a thin crust with extra sauce, extra pepperoni, bacon, and green olives. That's my favorite combo. It's a good combo, I think. All right, let me see. I'm just gonna kind of like try to restart myself because I haven't touched this for like 12 hours at this point in time. So I'm just kind of like trying to remember basically where I was, what I was doing, kind of get a different viewpoint of things here. And yeah, we'll just start running with it. Little Caesars. Yeah, we have Little Caesars around here. Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. That definitely works. Why is my... Oh, I've got it on soft light. That's why. Okay, hold on. I got to create a new layer. I'm sorry about that. I was like, why is this not following what I want it to do? And it's because I had it on the wrong layer style. So I'll just do a different layer. I was doing something last night with it apparently, and now I need to redo. You love the pretzel crust pizza when they have it. Yeah, the pretzel crust pizza is really good. So I'm going to try to make this like a little bit more, like I don't know if this is going to be like a human or if it's, you know, something else or what it might be, but I'm just trying to kind of lay out where their edges are, where the highlights are going to be and that kind of thing. And just kind of run with it from here. I started kind of laying out a little bit of highlighting and shading and that kind of stuff, but I didn't get super far with it. I'm kind of making it so that the light source is over here in this kind of a corner area. So, you know, trying to bear that in mind. I want it to be kind of like bright, but not like, it's one of those light styles that I think is going to be like a little bit more intense, like flashy intense, you know, but not like ambient, if that makes sense. Like it's not very diffuse. That's the word I was trying to find. It's not very diffuse. The question is, how badly am I going to screw it up? Mushrooms, black olives, bacon, jalapenos, or a combo of all of those. My wife really just gets pepperoni. Gotcha. That's cool. That's a good combo. I've kind of laid out a little bit of like the pattern of where the hair is probably going to be, but I'm not married to it. You know, I don't know exactly what's going to happen until I actually start laying out the hair. It's probably going to just depend on what else is going on with the picture, you know, but it's just kind of like a basic outline of where it's probably going to end up being, or at least the base of it, you know, and then I'll do the more drastic highlights and that kind of stuff from there, you know, but I just want to kind of like work on the face primarily at the moment so that I can get it like correct, you know, point of reference for myself. The pretzel bite pizza had an awesome cheese sauce. Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of the fun going on again. Oh yeah. Some of the smooth funk. Y'all get your hats on now. Oh yeah. Treat that woman right. Go buy her pizza. Let her know you love her. Okay, I'm going to switch over to a little bit of a softer round brush and see what that can do. Yeah, anything like spicy is definitely up Jolene's alley. She loves spicy. Nice, that works. That works. Yeah, I always liked when bad orders came in. I was like, well, that's free food for me. I'll take that. Not sure what's happening with this music, but okay. Pizza for days. I would bake broken pieces of crust and dip them into nacho cheese. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. You know, I mean, like I said, that's kind of one of the advantages of working for a pizza place is, you know, the fact that the guys, you know, get to take some of the stuff home if need be. So, free food. Can't complain. Hey, this is a song I created. This is one of my musics. See what you guys think on this one. So right now I'm going through and kind of painting in some reds where the shadows are going to be, just to kind of like give a little bit of a, you know, extra punch. Try not to take it too far though, because it's definitely easy to throw it off, you know. Especially with like as soft as I'm trying to make this picture. That's a little better, not bad. Not bad. So for comparison, this is where I started off as the base here, and this is kind of like where I've taken it. Okay, not too bad so far, I think. So I hope everybody out there is having a really good day. It's been a good one here. We had a nice dinner. I had, well, my breakfast. I wasn't awake until about 5 o'clock today, so my breakfast today was some nice eggs and steak and eggs, some hash browns. Not bad. I'm going to use the hair to cover up this kind of area right here for the most part once I get to that point. But, you know, I still want to make sure that I add in, you know, the basis there. Make it into that red zone. The red zone is for loading and unloading of passion lures only. So there you go. That was a little piece of music that I created a while back. I like how it came out. A little weird. This would not be one of mine. That was really loud too. Sorry about that, guys. So right now her like forehead is bothering me a little bit, so I'm going to try to do something to change that around just a little bit. Yeah, that's a little better like that. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to a more of a rounded, hard-edged brush so that I can do a little bit of cleanup around the edging that I've messed up a little bit here. So that's what I'm going to do now. just to make things a little bit crisper, you know. There we go. That should be okay, and I can work from there with it. And please pardon me if you guys like are just tuning in. I am a blind guy, so I have to get really close into the monitor to be able to do some of the stuff that I'm doing here. So if my head disappears and you see like me not being there, that's why. I'm still here. You know, it's just I can't. I mean, maybe there's something I can do with it, but I'm just not sure like how to best get things to show up with me when I'm like face planted into the monitor, you know. I don't know, maybe that'll be a little bit better. You guys can at least see the side of my head a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying. I still need to like get things set up and established a little bit better as far as my camera and that kind of stuff goes. Honestly, before this stuff, you know, I wasn't doing too much as far as like people seeing me and that kind of thing goes. So not for a long time anyway. So I've got things set up right now so that it's on a gooseneck that's a little bit further away from me, and I know I need to kind of work on positioning and that kind of stuff, but I'll get there, I guess. It's not the best camera anyway. Okay, I think we're getting there a little bit with it. I have, as of today as well, officially decided I am going to open myself up for commissions, and that's very scary to me. But I feel like it's the right thing for me to do, so. That looks a little bit better as far as the nose goes. I think that's a better shape for it overall. It's kind of what I'm getting a feel for with this one. Okay, so let me see. As far as the eyes go, maybe kind of starting on them a little bit better too. think I'm going to switch over to a softer brush for this one just so I can blend it a little bit better. Okay. That's not too bad, I guess. It's a start. It's a start. So now I can look at like maybe doing a little bit of coloring, like she's got some makeup on and that kind of stuff as far as like different things that I can do. So I'm going to try, like, bear with me on this part because this like every picture that you do is going to have a different like requirement as far as like changing of the skin and that kind of thing goes. So like sometimes if you put your brush into like soft light blending mode, it can do really well to like add in the colors and that kind of thing. Sometimes you need a little bit of color dodge. Sometimes you need a little bit of, you know, overlay. It just kind of, it's a matter of feeling it out for yourself. You know, what you've done with the picture to this point is sort of the standard, you know, this is what you do kind of a thing, you know. Whereas kind of the rest of it from here out is more like about what you feel needs to happen, you know, and that's going to take experimentation. I can't tell you like how to do your picture as far as like the makeup and that kind of stuff goes, because depending on like the strokes that you've done, the colors that you've done, all that kind of stuff, it all makes a difference into like what the final product is going to be. You know what I mean? Like it takes a different step depending on what you've done. I hope that that makes sense. So like in this case, I'm going to try out the soft light mode on the brush to see if that is going to be good enough, you know, to help me change the color without like destroying the work that I've done with it to this point. I could just, like if I wanted to, if I wanted to, I mean, I know I could just go into normal mode, select a color, and just, start adding in color, and that would work, to a point, but it's like, it's a little bit destructive on the stuff that you've done to this point. So if you don't want to like try to have to rework, sometimes you have to do a little bit of these blending modes to help to, compensate for it a little bit. I hope that that's clear. And I have to decide what kind of color I want to do. Like right now, I'm thinking like the clothing that she's going to wear ultimately is probably going to be like maybe a purplish kind of a color. But maybe I can go with something that's like complementary to that purple. Something like either a red or maybe a purpley kind of a color there too. So I don't know. We can try this out and see how this is. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. My opacity on the brush is still set a little bit low. So I'm going to actually lower it a little bit further. Because at this point I want to like make sure that I don't overdo, Gold is the complementary color of purple. Yep, it is. I'm just kind of thinking like what like if a female character is going to do something like with their clothes and that kind of thing, sometimes, not always, but sometimes they'll do like the same color type for like the eyeshadow or, the eye. Yeah, that's the eyeshadow, right? See, I don't know what makeup is makeup. You know what I mean? I just kind of know what to pop in there, So I'm just going to try a few different colors here. Like what I can do is sort of lay in a couple of colors and then do like the hue and saturation tool to like figure out which one is going to end up looking the best overall. So, but hey, Diva, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for speaking up. I appreciate it. Ooh, actually, yeah, just that little itty bitty touch right there was really good. Eyeshadow, blush for the cheeks. Yeah. Well, I knew blush was for the cheeks. I just always mix up like if it's eyeshadow or because the mascara is the one that's on the actual lashes, right? Nah, she doesn't do makeup at all. I think in the entirety of the time that I've known that woman, I've seen her wear makeup once. Once. I think it's mascara. I think mascara is the one that goes on the lashes itself. Okay. You looked it up on Google, didn't you? I really like that purple with it. That's really cool. No, you didn't. I don't want to invert the color, no. That was totally the wrong color, or totally the wrong button. Okay, so I can kind of run through here and just see which color might be better, but I kind of like that purple. That's really nice. That kind of reddish there looks really nice too, though. The quest for pizza has been a success. Welcome back once again, warrior of the pizza. You have returned victorious, and you shall feast upon the carcass of your victory. Yes, indeed. Wonderful. Enjoy your pizza, my friend. She looked it up on DuckDuckGo. I don't know. I kind of like that subtle like reddish purple there. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I kind of like that. Okay, so let me see. Hey, Baby Grizz, how you doing today? Nice to see you again. I'm working on a little bit of an art project here. I got inspired to do a couple of different things last night. So last night I ended up completing one, which was this one right here. The final result. It was a little bit hard to control. It took me a little bit longer than I wanted it to. She had some trouble showing up for me in the way that I wanted her to. But I finally wrested control of the situation, and I think it came out okay in the end. But I ended up getting inspired to do a second project last night. And so that's kind of what I'm working on right now, is one that I kind of laid out a little bit of the pattern for last night. So this is how this one started off. This is just this splat of paint on the canvas, and I was like, you know what? I think I can run with this, make something out of it. And so this is who's been showing up with it so far. We were just having a makeup discussion. Do you know much about makeup? We're trying to figure out for sure if mascara is the type of makeup that is actually on the eyelashes. We figured out that eyeliner. Okay, so eyeliner, mascara, and eyeshadow. Which ones are which, and which one is it that I just laid down? Well, roll. Hey, you're raiding me, buddy. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for being here, my friends. Thank you.
Hello, let's be best friends. Hello, let's be best friends.
Yay, new bestie best friends. Thank you for the follow, Roll. I appreciate it. How'd the session go over there?
Hello,
Fifi.
best friends. Hello, let's be best friends.
Well, Insanity. Hello, welcome to you too. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here, and for the follows too. I really deeply appreciate it. I was just showing some of the things that I've been working on here. Right now I'm working on this project, which is one that I technically started a little bit off during the middle of the night last night. And this is how it started off. I just kind of splashed a little bit of paint on the canvas and have been running with it from there. And then last night on the stream itself, I ended up completing this one right here. This one took me a few hours to get done, but yeah, it turned out, I think, pretty good. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're running with today, is just doing a little bit of everything, you know. We were having a discussion about eyeliner, mascara, makeup, you know, all that kind of stuff. I don't know much about makeup, but I was trying to figure out which one is which and who's what and how's where and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Let me see here. Fifi. Yeah, Fifi, it's so good to see you again, brother. I'm glad that you're here too. Diva, eyeliner. Think of what Cleopatra wears. Mascara for lashes and the eyeshadow to color the eyelid. Okay, great. Thank you. Got everyone set up and ready to go. Awesome. That is good to know. That is very good to know. And then Plex, also welcome. Thank you. Okay, so let me explain things here real quick for you guys that are just walking in. I am a blind guy, so if you guys see me do strange contorting weird things with my face, it's because I'm actually trying to read chat and stuff. I have to like squint super hard to be able to read the chat. So please pardon any oddities you might see as far as my face goes, other than just my face itself, because, you know, nobody really needs to be looking at that. But anyways, so if you're seeing like weird, you know, things, that's why. It's because I'm trying to facilitate actually being able to see what's on the screen in any way, shape, or form. So yeah. So I'm glad that you guys are here. I am, and I hope that you guys are having a great night. So where are you guys from? What you up to? How's your night been going for you guys? I got a little bit of sleep today, a little bit slept in a little bit longer than I wanted to, but didn't get to sleep until late. So, you know, one of those things. So I say that, but you're looking, yeah, I know. It's terrible. Nobody needs to look at this. Look at the beard. That's it. There you go. I'm just a beard. I'm just a floating beard. That's all I am. Anyway. Yeah, she does. She looks at me all the time and she says I'm okay to her, I guess. I don't know. I think she's crazy. She's got problems. So I just kind of like laid out a little bit of this eyeshadowy eyeliner kind of a thing here, and I'm trying to figure out like what else I want to do to like get a good baseline going before I start doing any like major highlighting and shading and that kind of thing. But so far so good. I am a little displeased with a couple of little different parts of it, but I'm hoping I can like repair those up as we go. And you know, it's not bad for just kind of rolling off of whatever. You know, I can show you guys a little bit of how my technique is so that you guys can maybe learn a couple of things here, because I try to do things in a little bit of a tutorial-y sort of a way. So let me start a different project here, and I'll run you through a little bit about how I work. So basically, the color of the palette or the canvas itself doesn't matter. I use Photoshop because I have a bit of a photography background, and so I started off with Photoshop years ago, and I've just kind of like ran with it ever since. That being said, though, if you guys know of an alternative program out there that I can do some similar things with, I would really appreciate knowing. Just throwing it out there. I know that a couple of other artists do come in here as well. So what I do in Photoshop, there's a particular tool called the pattern stamp tool, and that's this one right here. So I have a weird brush that I have kind of created and programmed into it here that does a few different little tricksy things. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of looks a little bit like Kermit screaming into the night that Miss Piggy did something wrong or something. I don't know, but it's a little bit of a bizarre shape and texture to it. And then what I do is within the pattern stamp tool itself, you can set up different images that are stamps that are basically like clones, right? But so what I've done is I've like put in different images that I've created, some things that other people have created that have color palettes that I have an interest in, you know? So like the only thing that I'm doing is I'm making use of whatever colors were used in whatever painting or photograph is there, right? Because one of the options with this tool is this button right here called the Impressionist button. And basically that makes it so that when you lay out this pattern, it's literally just slapping random bits and bobs of paint onto the canvas. And then it's just a matter of doing a little bit of cloud watching, seeing what you can see in this big mess of things that you can run with. So that's kind of the basics of how I start things off, you know, and each time that I sit down to do things, it's always a little bit different, you know? So while I see maybe like in one particular cloud, I might see a duck and you see a dragon, we're both on the correct side because it's still the same cloud, right? So like for instance, I could see this one being a really cool landscape. Let me up the opacity on this brush here, and I can go up here, and you guys can see maybe that's kind of a cool landscape where there's this like land bridge right here, and there's like you know, the bridge is kind of going like this right here, and you know, you can do like a cool fantasy castle or something like that there in the background or something, you know? So, yeah. Dr. Napkin's got the warning for absolutely nothing. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. That is weird. So that's kind of like the basic rundown of how I do things. And then from there, it's kind of just a matter of chipping away with highlights and shadows from the chaos that's there, trying to create a little bit of order out of it, you know? So what I did with this one in particular was, as I saw this splat here, I realized, okay, there's like maybe a figure that's right here, you know? Why did that not work? Need to do a new layer. There's like maybe a figure that's right here, you know? Why did that still not work? What are you doing, computer? You don't even know at this point. Anyways, okay, so my point is, though, that like you can see there's like a head of a figure right here. There's like maybe a body right here. And you could like, the way that this was laid out, it's like I could do a few different like positions and things with it, you know? But what in particular called out to me was this. So I thought I would go with it. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you guys are understanding what I'm talking about and I'm not being too confusing or anything like that. And if you guys got any questions or anything, this is definitely a free stream. Talk about anything, anybody, anything that you guys want. You know, I'm an open book. Everybody here is an open book. And I really just want to create a community where people can come in and just chill out and hang for a little while, you know, while something's being created or while we're doing things. So, yeah. I have a weird background. I've been through a lot. I've been through things like, as far as my art goes, that are pretty terrible. This is only the 7th time that I've actually streamed out anything art-wise. Because I've dealt in the past with people destroying my creations. Primarily my writing. But like one of my ex-wives basically decided to take everything that I had ever created and throw it into a fire in the middle of the night because, oh, you don't need to be creative. You're useless and you're worthless and all that kind of stuff. So I have a fair amount of PTSD when it comes to things dealing with my creativity. So I'm a bit of a nervous wreck showing people like what I'm doing, what I'm all about here, you know? So I figure the only way that I can kind of manage to do it and not be completely terrified out of my freaking head, is to sort of do it in a little bit of a tutorial way, because I have taught people before. You know, years ago, I worked in the computer industry, and during my time there, I was doing training of adults for A+ certification and Microsoft certification and that kind of thing. So I'm kind of taking it from that aspect of I'm teaching. That's what I'm here. I'm teaching you guys, you know? You farted in a can today. All right. Well, hey, whatever's good for you there, Fifi. I'm happy for you. Moving on. So anyways, yeah, I've got a fair amount of PTSD from like the creative side of things, but I will say I've been wrestling with this problem of mine for a while now. Okay. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about it here. You guys are the first to know about it. Okay. Okay. By the way, yes, I do vape. I make no apologies about it. I smoked for 30 years, 2 packs a day. And 8 years ago, I quit smoking for the sake of my wife, who has severe heart issues. And every time that I smoked around her, it would make her chest hurt. So as a birthday present for her, I quit. And I switched over to vaping, and I haven't had a cigarette ever since. So, you know, and the vaping doesn't bother her in any way. So, all right. So you guys ready for this? You guys ready? Whoa. I'm going to open myself up for commissions. Oh God, I said it aloud. Universe, don't come crashing down on me now. Okay. I've been wrestling with it hard because I've never done that kind of thing before, ever. I have done stuff with my writing. You know, I've been a ghostwriter for different people over the years. I've also written like hundreds of articles for different websites and that kind of stuff. But I've never done it as far as artwork goes. And it's a little bit of a terrifying proposition for me, but I'm going to do it because I've had a lot of people being really supportive and responsive to the art that I've done here on Twitch. And I tell you, I cannot tell you the amount of gratitude I have for you guys being as supportive with it as you have. You are all amazing. And you can ask Jolene. She's in the chat room. You can ask Jolene. I have literally cried over the amount of support that you guys have been giving me. So it's been a very interesting experience, to say the least, because up until 2 years ago, I was doing radio, and I was in it for 6 years, and my trauma from those radio days is well into the red. Okay. So what you guys are seeing here with me right now is sort of my first foray back into the public light after my hermitage, trying to recover from everything that I went through with the radio. At the end of the radio days, basically, it turned into a complete nightmare. And it was, we were being terrorized, literally. It was so stressful that I ended up with stress-induced diabetes. And I think that it progressed my blindness even further than I had when I first started out doing the radio. So this is all like renew to me at this point in time, being here in the public with you guys, sort of putting myself out there again. But last week I started doing these art streams because I thought, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show people like my process because it is a little bit different. It is something that not a lot of people know that you can do. And I think that it's a good way to help people who, well, number one, it's really good for artists who are feeling like dry, because we all, as artists, we all go through periods where we want to be creative, but we don't have any damn inspiration. We don't know what to do. We don't know where to go. And we want to flit from thing to thing to thing to thing because we don't know, what to grasp hold of to let our creativity flow. There's just those times where that kind of thing happens. The technique that I do is really good for someone who is in that mode because, you don't know from moment to moment what's going to be splatted across the screen and what your mind is going to say, oh, hey, I can latch onto that and make use of it. And you start scribbling it down, it's really good for that. It really is. It helps to facilitate my blindness. With my blindness, I can show you an example here, actually. No, go away, Miss Tiefling thing. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. This is an example of how my vision works. I see far too much instead of too little. This is a picture of the moon. And as you can see, there are multiple versions of the moon all superimposed over each other, swirling around each other. Just really, horrible blah. You know what I mean? And so because of the way that it works, I cannot see lines very well. I can see the lines. I just see, dozens of them all superimposed over each other at the same time. That was totally the wrong button, Ira. All superimposed over each other at the wrong time. And so I have to do things a little bit differently, to get things going for myself. And again, you guys have been amazing examples of what humans can and should be. See, I'm going to cry again. So please accept my absolute heartfelt gratitude for giving me heart again, I don't want to cry because crying makes my eyes burn. The salt in my tears makes my eyes literally like acid in my eyes because of the scars. So I'm trying really hard not to. But you guys have given me this old man who like was done with everything, you've actually given me reason to keep going, you know, and to be creative again. And I can't thank you enough for it. So with all that being said, there you go. That's me. So I'm going to take a quick vape here. I'm going to breathe. So yes, as of today, I've decided, you know what? The universe is kind of telling me that this is the direction I need to go. So this is the direction I'm going to go. I am going to open myself up for commissions. And anybody that's interested, you know, please let me know. I will do my best to be the best that I can be in the moment in time, and, you know, try to work it from there. And I want to give a biggest gratitude to Fifi LaFee, for helping me to come to that determination. He convinced me to do a commission for him, and I was very scared about it. I'm going to show you guys what I did because he's given me permission to show it to people. If I can find it. There he is. He wanted a piece done as a version of his Drow Elf Mage for Dungeons and Dragons, and this is what I came up with. And it was your impetus of you know, kind of demanding that I do a commission for you that kind of pushed me into this decision that, you know what, I could give it my best shot. So, and I'll be honest with you. Hey, by the way, this is a song I created. This is one of my songs. I made this song. Anyways, I'll be honest. Like I'm an open book. You know, I am. Anybody can ask me anything. I've been through everything that it's possible for a human being to go through, shy of death itself and giving birth myself. You know, otherwise I've pretty much been through it all. At this stage in time, again, trying to be, you know, open with people about things and my reasons for things and all that kind of stuff. My wife and I are very poor. We're both on disability. And the amount of money that I get from disability is ridiculously low, even though I worked for years, and paid into the system. I have to be grateful to receive $600 a month. That doesn't even pay rent, you know? So for a long time, I've been streaming on YouTube, trying to generate a little bit of income, you know, through ad revenue and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like my hope that maybe I can get affiliates so that I can get a little bit of the ad revenue from that too. So I thought, you know, I mean, if I open up myself up for commissions, maybe it'll help to like supplement the income a little bit, and we can, you know, pay for food to go on the kids' table. You know, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is that anything that's generated goes directly to helping to make sure that my family is fed and that we have a roof over our heads. So, you know, just kind of laying it out there. It's part of the reason. I tried doing the, like I am a published author. I have 14 books published. I have dozens of short stories published, but I don't generate much income from it. Mostly because I got completely screwed over by the publisher who holds the rights to most of my books. They literally folded, and even though the books are selling and I can see that they're selling and people are buying them, I don't get any money from it. Not a bit, not a single penny. And I haven't received any for years. So, you know, it's kind of a thing of, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. So, like I said, it's a little bit of a trauma background and all that kind of stuff. But one way or the other, like I said, this is why it really, you know, hits me as hard as it does, that you guys are the amazing people that you are. And it's because I've been through so much, you know, with people, and I'm grateful for every moment that you guys are willing to be here with me, and hopefully I can make it worth your while. So there you go. That's kind of a good outline of who Ira is, you know? So Thank you, Roll. I appreciate it. I am really close. Like I have enough followers. I have enough of all of the things except for the average viewers. The average viewers is what's killing me. I'm at 2.3 on the average viewers, and you got to get to the 3, you know? So, I'll get there someday. Maybe. I do stream over to YouTube too. I am currently like live streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, but I will say like I'm kind of looking forward to walking away from YouTube a lot because, YouTube I have a lot of trauma with, you know. I'll be honest with you. YouTube is a bit of a mess. It really is. It's a bit of a mess. The comment section on YouTube alone is the cesspit of Satan's sperm. It is ridiculous what happens in the comment sections over there on YouTube. And while I have encountered a couple of trolls, you know, here on Twitch, it is by far and wide margin not even remotely close to the same as what I've had to endure over there on YouTube. I have had people literally quote the entire Bible verse by verse in my comment sections before. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, you know, I'm kind of looking forward to walking away from YouTube a little bit more. I do plan on kind of doing the same thing that I've been doing for a little while, which is to like create singular content over there. So one of the things that I do on the channel over there is I create audio dramatizations of my stories. So some of my short stories I've put into audio format with professional voice acting and sound design, music, and all the kind of things, you know, that go with it for the stories that I write. And I enjoy doing that a lot, but it doesn't get much attention, honestly. You know, I'm lucky if maybe some of them have had like 30 views, you know, and I've got like 5,000 subscribers over there. You know, it's kind of, I don't know, it's crazy. Right. Yeah. Insanity. Exactly. And Ollie, you know, my kiddo, Ollie B ended up having the same thing happen. They started streaming, and like a week later, Sonia ended up raiding her channel with like 70 people, and instantly she kicked right over into affiliate. And I'm like, what the crap, child? You know, so yeah, it definitely can make a big difference. That's for sure. But, you know, I feel like the people that come to my channel and hang and all that kind of stuff, they're there for a reason. You know, you guys are here for a reason. And I'm grateful for the moments that you guys spend with me. I'll be honest with you guys. Like sometimes when I come on, yes, I'm doing art, but I also do a lot of just chatting stuff, you know, because I'm a talker. I did talk radio for 6 years. I can't help but be a talker. I love fringe topics like paranormal and conspiracy, all this stuff. You know what I mean? I love talking about just anything anybody has on their mind. I'm a big proponent of, you know, like one of my topics of study has always been things like psychology and philosophy and that kind of stuff. So I love just getting down and dirty. What's the meaning of freaking life, and why are we here, and all that kind of stuff, you know, what is, you know? So, Mandela effect. Yeah, actually, I've got an interesting story about the Mandela effect if you want to hear it. My wife and I have had quite a few different experiences with the Mandela effect, and I've posted some of them over there on YouTube as well. Okay, I can tell you one. This is kind of a weird one. It's an interesting one. For those of you guys not aware of what the Mandela effect is, you're like, what the hell is this? It's kind of based upon the idea of Nelson Mandela, who died. And while he had the things happen, hey, Kit Kat, welcome. You got to finish your dragon. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm very glad. Congratulations, my friend. You just missed me crying over here. So, pardon the sniffling and stuff. Anyways, the Mandela effect is basically this idea that some people remember that Nelson Mandela died in prison. Some people remember that he died outside of prison. Some people remember that he died just recently. So this like effect of people having these different memories that are really strongly in place of different events occurring is, you know, a thing. It's called the Mandela effect. So for instance, I'll give you one example that's another big one for people is the Berenstain Bears. Is it Berenstain or is it Berenstein? You know, the spelling of the word, is it with an A or is it with an E? And for some people it's one way, for some people it's the different way. And there's, you know, no doubt in their mind that it's one way or the other, you know? So for one for me is in relation to the Reverend Billy Graham. Aw, thank you for the hosting, Kit Kat. I appreciate it deeply, deeply appreciate it. Thank you. Billy Graham is, for those again not aware, was a preacher, Baptist preacher that kind of was known as America's preacher kind of a thing. He was, you know, in place with a lot of the presidents and all that kind of stuff. So I remember, like, he just died again recently, but before his death was widely reported and stuff, I remember very distinctly in the early 90s that he died, and that my mom and I sat and watched his funeral. And I remember her sitting next to me crying her eyes out because she loved that guy. We were watching the funeral. I specifically remember on ABC TV, they had the funeral procession going on. He was basically given like a state funeral, and the presidents that were still alive at that time all attended and spoke and everything, right? I mean, all the things are there in the memory, and yet it wasn't until recently that he actually died. So why do people, and I'm not the only one to have this memory, by the way, so why do people have this memory of this person dying and yet he's still alive? You know, it's weird things. So yes, smiled and she had braces on, and the movie now has no braces. I have that exact same memory there, Diva. I have the one where it was the braces. It was a whole big thing because her braces gave her and him the reason for being attracted to each other. Neither of them had like somebody in their lives that they could be attracted to, or that were attracted to them, until the moment where those two met. You see what I mean? Like, that was the big impetus of the damn story. So why is it that now the braces are gone? So it's not, you know, the braces not being there is completely meaningless, you see? So Kirsty again did it napkins. So did it time you out? Is that what it is? Did it end up timing you out? Because if so, I'm gonna have to go in and change something on the settings then. Hey, S19. Well, none of my cleavage anyway. There probably will be on the picture, but, you know, the only thing I got is beard. So, you're disgusted. I know. It's terrible. You come here for the cleavage and well, here, I can give you a little bit of cleavage. Okay, you ready? You ready for this? I did a picture last night. The picture has a little bit of cleavage on it. Here, let's show you. It would be, where is it? There you are. There you go. A little bit of cleavage for you. That's the picture I did last night. So yeah, lots of weird experiences, lots of weird things. You know, the Mandela effect, I think, is one that is real, but nobody really knows what's going on with it and stuff. So, yeah. See, I like all these weird topics. I'm a person. I'm a man of different means, right? I'm weird. I am the strangest person that I've ever met, and I try to prove it more and more every day. So there you go. All right. Anyways, I'm not sure what I want to do with this picture from here. It's coming together okay, I think. Like, I'm not dissatisfied with how it's coming out, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not really feeling it much at the moment. I do think I want to try a little something different. So if you guys don't mind, I will switch things around. I'll go ahead and save this picture. I'm going to close it, but I'm going to create a new image and just see what we can come up with here on the fly a little bit. So I can show you guys a little bit of my technique here again. I'm going to create a new canvas, and I'm going to just kind of like pop into it, and I'm going to use the pattern stamp tool here. What kind of color scheme do I feel like today? What do I want? That is the question of the ages, and the thing that changes in my mind constantly. All right, let me lower the opacity on this brush a little bit here, and we'll just kind of float around. We'll see if anything grabs our attention here real quick. Said the name of the art software I use, but it was recognized as a hyperlink. Really? Was it paint.net? Is that what it was? Was it paint.net? Because I think that's a one, right? I'm gonna have to change that on Moobot. I don't like that it times people out if they try to drop a link. I get it, like it's trying to help to prevent like people. Oh, don't do that again. Oh shoot. Okay, hold on. Let me try to take care of this here real quick. Give me 1 second, because I thought I had it set so that followers could put their links in if they want to. Let's see, because this auto mod is set a little bit too strong. Godzilla's singular point and the cliffhanger pissed me off so much. Oh yeah, that's not good. Okay, I'm sorry. Give me 1 moment here, guys, okay? Okay, maybe that's fixed now. I'm trying to see if it like gives me the option to like not like to remove the timeout that was given, because I'm assuming Napkin, you probably got timed out again, didn't you? I'm assuming you probably did. This darn thing. You try to do things to help yourself out, and what happens? All right. I mean, I don't see a way to like untime you out if it is timed out there, Napkin, but if so, I am deeply sorry. Please come back. Don't abandon me. Don't leave me, man. All right. So I'm seeing a little something here that I can maybe run with, and we can try to figure out like if there's anything useful here. Do you guys see anything here yourselves? I'm curious if you guys see a little bit of a something here. I'm actually seeing a few different things, but in particular, one little dealy bob is kind of grabbing hold of me. So I'm gonna see if I can work something here. Okay, I need to kind of chip away at things and bring things up. So I'm going to kind of do things in a little bit of a gray, just so that I can start with it. I'm going to turn the opacity on the brush down a little bit, and I'm going to use this brush that I have right here, which is a pretty nice little sketchy sort of a brush. It does a nice blending kind of a thing. You know, if you guys can see it there, it does a nice little blending kind of a thing. So I like using this to sort of sketch out where things are to begin with. So let me move a little bit forward here again, because I've been leaned back a little bit. And in the meantime, if you guys are interested, I will play you a little bit of music that I have created myself. Does that sound okay to you guys? And if not, too bad. I'll do it anyway. Why? Because it's my stream. Anyway, yeah. So here you go. This is a song that I created right here. So there you go, just a little something I created. Figured you guys might be interested while I was trying to do a little bit of the little squiggles and lines here, but you guys can maybe kind of catch what I'm seeing here, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully. This is not a song I created here, but that's okay. That's okay. Right, yeah, that's exactly what I was seeing. Maybe somebody like standing on a cliff in some kind of way, and I don't know the story yet. I don't know the story yet, but this is the first little glimpse into this dimension that I'm taking a look at here. I kind of look at it in a little bit of a weird way. I look at it as if like maybe I'm taking a photograph in another dimension, and the first photograph is always so like, blurry and warped, and I don't know what's there. I don't know if it's a landscape or a person or, a storm, whatever the case may be, right? Whatever kind of grips hold. But then what we do is we sort of, through the process of, highlighting and shading, we draw out more and more of a better picture as it goes, you see? So yeah, you always make it up as you go. That's pretty much like, I do things by feel, what feels like it should be here. Well, let's try it. And yeah, that's what happens. It's pretty cool process. So and again, this kind of thing is like useful for people who are feeling a little bit dry, like you don't know what to do. You don't know what to draw that day. You don't know what you're going to be like sitting down to do, but you still want to create something, right? Well, this is kind of a cool little process to do that with. I don't even know at this point if it's a human or not, But I get the feeling that there's like maybe a light source coming from this direction. Like this is where the ambient light is sort of like directing from, you know what I mean? So maybe over on this side, there's going to be a little bit of shading, So are you free now? Yeah, that's crazy. I've got that turned off now. So it should be okay now. Kit Kat. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate it. And I hope that you have a great night. Be safe, be safe, but always have fun. Always have fun. I also want to make sure before any other time passes here, because I have yet to do it. One thing that I do with every video is a little bit of a dad moment, I guess you could say. So let me make sure you guys get this little bit of a dad moment here. No matter who you are, no matter what you're going through, don't ever let anybody teach you that you are not worthy of being loved. You are worthy, okay? Sometimes people in our lives will try to teach us that we're not worthy, but you are. As long as you're being a decent human being, that's all that matters, right? Be a decent human being. Be the person that you want to be. And nobody can expect anything of you except the fact that you need to be the best you that you can be at that moment in time. Just be the best you can be at that moment. Sometimes that's nothing more than getting up, getting a bite to eat, and going back to bed. It doesn't mean being the best all the time. It just means being the best in that moment. Okay? So take that, run with it, do whatever you need to do with it. But there's the truth. You are worthy of being loved. And if nobody's ever told you before, I love you. And I know that may sound a little strange to have an old guy on the internet tell you that he loves you, but it is the truth. All right? All right. So there you go. Well, hey, Robin. How you doing, sis? How's your oxygen today? Good, Kit Kat, good. Go, win it, be victorious. You can do it. You can do it. You're going to do it. You're going to be awesome. You're going to be fantastic. You're going to feel amazing after you're all done. It's just going to be the best experience that you've ever had in your life. Go, run with it, my friend. Still breathing. Well, I would hope so. I mean, you're here. I'm trying to get the feel of the perspective for what's going to be happening here. So 94, that's better. Yeah, that's better. I'm glad. You worry me, you know. Everybody here, if you guys would not mind giving just a little bit of a moment to give some positivity over Robin's way. She's been feeling pretty yucky the past couple of days, and I would love it if you guys would, give her a little bit of support. Give her a little bit of that, feely feels over there, okay? She's my sister, and I love her. She's the only sister that I have anything to do with. Stream elements. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I do have like a couple of certain things with stream elements maybe enabled, but I'm not sure. Like honestly, without going with affiliate and all that kind of stuff, I haven't really bothered too much with all of the little doodads and hickeys and all that kind of stuff that are all over the place with all this stuff. So I haven't really, figured out what's good, what's bad, all that kind of stuff yet. But yeah, I've heard stream elements is okay. I'm a big proponent. I'm a big believer in whether you're religious or not, whether you are spiritual or not, whatever the case may be. I'm a big proponent in the thought that prayer, thoughts, good vibes, all that kind of stuff works. We are made of energy at a quantum level. That is all we are, is energy. And the energy you send out is the energy you get back, So I'm a big proponent of healing being a big part of the process of healing. Any good doctor will tell you a big part of the process of healing is the feelings that you have yourself, your mental well-being, your mental state is going to be the main thing that keeps you pumping, So, those good vibes, they really do make a difference. Energetic healing is a thing. It really is. Okay, this figure's coming together pretty good, I think. Oh, he's unable to chat. Gotcha. Well, tell him I said hey, or he can hear me. Hey. Glad you're here, Liam. So this is definitely going to be a different picture than what I started today off with. So for those of you guys just tuning in, I was originally doing this, and I kind of got out of the mood for it a little bit. I'll get back to it though. It's definitely turning out interesting. But I figured I'd move away from it a little bit and do a little something different. I didn't feel quite in the mood for it at that point. So yeah, this is what we got here so far. We just kind of started in with it about 15 minutes ago, but only about 5 minutes worth of good, work on it so far. I'm actually getting a feel that this is going to be a masculine. Shocking. I know, shocking, but yeah, that painting there. Yeah, I kind of got that feel from it too. And it makes sense, that some of the paintings that I make do end up looking a little bit like her because, well, I love her. I find her very attractive, and her face, like, because I don't see faces anymore, her face is like the one that I've been able to hold on to the longest. So, it's a thing, She taints all of my pictures. Taints them. Not quite. She tain't that. So, for those of you guys just tuning in for the first time, hello, welcome. My name is Ira. This is Blind Dad Does, and right now Blind Dad is making the attempt to do a little bit of artwork. I don't know how well this is going to turn out or not, but we're going to give it the best shot that we can. I am blind, yes, legit blind, and I try to do what I can to make pretty things, make cool things, all that kind of good stuff. But so far, I've got an idea with what I'm going to do with this one, and I'm not sure how well I'll get it to turn out. But I'm going to give it my best whirl. I will give it my best whirl. But yeah, it should be at least interesting to have the process happen. So I love being creative, in different ways. And over the years, I've tried to do things as far as like writing goes and all of the stuff that I've been through with that, has been pretty horrible. Not the writing itself, like the writing itself is okay, but, just some of the experiences I've had. I had a publisher who, did some of my books. They took most of my books on that I had written to that point in time and published them, and I did well with it. I sold quite a bit and enjoyed the fruits of my labor. But then the company, like, they told me that they were going to be paying me, and like that. Here, hold on. Let me do this here real quick. Okay. So they told me that the money would be coming in for what I earned in a certain year, as far as book sales goes. They paid me bi-yearly basically. So like they would do their accounting in February and then I'd get the payment in March and, that kind of thing. But this particular, did I do that right? Yeah, I guess maybe. There we go. That's a little better. So they told me that they would be paying me, and I expected that I would. That March, we ended up getting some of our taxes back, and so we had a bit of money come in, and we didn't really pay attention at that moment in time as to where the funds were coming from. We thought, well, it was kind of a mix, and I thought that the money for the books had come in during that period of time as well. But then a couple of months after that, my wife and I got to speaking about things, and I'm like, I don't think, did we actually ever get that money from my books? And so she started looking into our accounts and stuff and realized, no, I had not received my payment for my books. And so I got into contact with the publishers, and they made the excuses of, oh, well, we thought we sent it, but we'll make sure that we get it when the next accounting time comes around, which would be in September. Okay, well, I waited around and waited around and waited around, and yeah, October came around, hadn't received any money yet, tried to get into contact with them, and basically they dropped me like a hot brick. And then the company decided to fold. And so basically all of the books that I published through them, even though they have broken contract with me and they have been receiving payment for my books, the sales that come in and all that kind of stuff, they have never reverted the rights to the books back to me. So I'm kind of screwed, because unfortunately, and for those of you guys that have never been in the entertainment industry in any kind of way, entertainment lawyers are super expensive. Crazy, ridiculously expensive. And there's just no way that I could ever afford to try to hire a lawyer to try to get the rights to my books back and all that kind of stuff. It's not going to happen, So all of those books are sitting there making money. I can see the sales happening, I see the sales ranks go up, and so I know that sales are occurring with them, but I'm never going to see a dime of it. They basically, their excuse is because the company is no longer existent. They no longer have the necessity to pay the royalties to the people who they held contracts with, because, well, the contracts are no longer valid with the company being closed down. Yeah. That's wonderful. Yeah. So, I could do a painting of my tick story. Yeah. Nobody wants to see that picture. That's for sure. I mean, if it was on Pornhub, maybe, but, anyways, so when it comes to my creativity, I'm glad to be doing the things that I'm doing here with you guys, because this is something that hasn't been tainted. It really hasn't. My writing was to begin with because of the fact that people had, taken it upon themselves to destroy all of it. So it was kind of a matter of having to fight against my own sense of will to get writing going when I've started, But painting for me has never had that kind of thing attached to it, thankfully. So that's why I'm feeling like, it might be the right thing for me to do to start doing the commissions thing, because I would love to be able to make something off of what I do, I do it for fun, yes, but at the same time, it's like, sure, if I can make a little bit of money to help make sure that my kids are surviving and not starving, that'd be great, So okay. So this thing that I've done here in the background, it's horribly looking like the frickin' Disney castle or something back here. I just kind of squinted and noticed it's looking a little bit too much like the Disney castle here, the Magic Castle. Up to and including the little flag up here on top of it. Jeez, what did I do? I didn't even watch myself painting here, and suddenly I'm painting the frickin' Magic Kingdom. Okay. Is this going to be Mickey Mouse? Do I need to put little or mouse ears on top of his head here? I don't know. Ooh, actually, I could do this as like a science fiction futuristic post-apocalyptic setting. This guy's standing on a cliff right next to the Disney castle. DMCA'd. I hope everybody out there is having a really good night, though. So what are you guys up to today? How's your day been? Talk to me. Speak to me. Tell me your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, your loves, your everything. Desire. Working on your next painting. What are you painting? You bastards, you blew it up. If anybody's going to destroy the world, it's going to be Disney. Doing some line work with Sharpie, then I'm going to put watercolor over it. Oh, cool. That's cool. That's cool. If you ever post it anywhere, I'd love to take a look at it. Okay, so I got a pretty good basic little figure down here. I just need to kind of figure out what I want to do as far as lighting and that kind of thing goes, and where I want the highlights to start showing up and stuff. So we'll kind of move on to that. I'm going to choose a different brush for that, though. This one's a little difficult to work with the kind of small version of things that I'm doing here. So let me see. I can do this one. Maybe might work. I'll give it a shot and we'll see. Oh Lord, we're back to the circus music again. It heard us talking about Disney. It's on the circus music now. Got up this morning, made a cup of coffee with the last of my sugar, came in the living room, sat down, and sat my coffee on the coffee table, and immediately a gnat, is it a nit or a gnat, flew into it and committed. So my day was pretty much downhill from there. Oh, Lord. Poor Robin. Yep, we're back to the clown car. Well, hopefully spending time with your dear brother is going to make things a lot better for you. A lot better for you. As he does very strange things with his paintings here. I think just because I don't want to strain my eyes too much here, because I did do a little bit of crying earlier, so like I don't want to. My eyes are already like on a little bit of a stressy side. I think for one of the first times that you guys are ever going to see, I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit to the picture so that I can do the face a little bit better without having to fight my eyes too much. I know. It's like totally not what I usually do, but I figure I'm going to go ahead and do it just to make it so that it'll be a little bit easier on me. Seeing if it'll time me out. Yeah, I turned off the thing, so it should be a little bit better. This is the goofiest music ever, man, I swear. Okay, right now he's kind of looking a little bit like that old rapey guy from Family Guy. Oh, Chris. Herman? Is it Mr. Herman? I think that's his name, Mr. Herman. Herbert. That's what it is, Herbert. Marching band of the miniature cowboys. Quagmire? Yeah, it could be Quagmire too. Come and get a popsicle. It's awful hot out there. Yep. I'm so tired of you little bastard. I can't do the whistle talk. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. It's that song again.
It's the big bad Santa.
That's cool, Napkin. Big Bad Santa. This song is just so weird.
Big Bad Santa.
This little music mix I've got here is like the weirdest one ever sometimes, I tell you. Okay, there we go. At least this is a little bit more appropriate music for what I'm doing here. It did kind of look like I'm there for a minute, didn't it? Napkin. Okay. So, I do not yet, but, my kiddo, Ollie B, also streams, and, we're thinking about setting up a Discord channel together so that we don't have to worry about trying to like double up, because I know that we share a lot of followers. So, what we're trying to do is kind of set one up that is going to fit for both of us together. And we haven't gotten it completed yet. And also, my wife today, and I know she hasn't fully decided yet, but I'm deciding for her. My wife today has also decided to start doing commissions as well for her crochet work. And so we're kind of like kicking around the idea of how to like put that together so that all three can be available on the same Discord channel, essentially. I'm going to show you guys a little something that she has created that is absolutely amazing. She made this elder dragon out of crochet. This thing is massive. It is freaking huge. And it is so cool, you know. So the elder dragon from Minecraft, or ender dragon, sorry, from Minecraft, just really, she did such a great job with it. I love it. I love what she did with it. It took her forever, ages to make it. This is a queen size bed, and you guys can kind of see the comparison size of how big this thing actually was. She's also done a lot of other little things as well, like this cute little giraffe here, and you know, she makes really cool stuff. You know what I mean? Just like really cool stuff. So I have been trying to convince her for a long time that she should like try to, you know, sell her own artwork, you know, on like Etsy and all that kind of stuff. But she's thinking about trying to do, you know, some commission work as far as her crochet work goes too. So we're trying to kind of like incorporate things together so that we don't have to, you know, try to gain community, you know, and kind of split community and that kind of stuff. You know, we just put it all together at the same time, basically. So yeah, really, really cool. I'm super into Star Trek. Super into Star Trek. I love everything about Star Trek. And so one of the things that she's created for me is basically a version of each of the cast members who has passed away out of doing crochet as well. So like here's Spock. And then here's Scotty and McCoy. If I can get them to turn correctly. Yeah, there we go. So I love them. She's also done like Worf, and she did Data for me too, because Data's my favorite character. So, you know, so these guys are here with me as all the time, you know. So she's really good at what she does. You know, she's really good at making. It always amazes me when I see people that are able to make things out of crochet. You know, I love it. So, yeah, like I said, we're trying to kind of like figure out what to do as far as that situation goes. And, so probably within the next couple of days, we'll get something started up as far as a Discord goes. But yeah. Pop vinyls with their tiny plushies. Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, I think you call them, what is it? Amaguris? Something like that. Anyway, she's really cool at creating really good at creating cool things. I totally screwed that up, but yeah, I love what she creates. Amigurumi. Okay, there you go. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of like trying to figure out where I'm going to have the highlights coming in and that kind of stuff for this figure. I think I'm gonna make his uniform kind of a bluish sort of a color, maybe. I don't know. I might not, because then it would kind of blend in with the background maybe a little bit too much. Maybe a red. I like red. Purple is my favorite color, but it's not as usable in some situations. Yeah, limited edition itty bitties. That's cool. That's cool. Favorite one that I have is a teeny Chewbacca. That's awesome. So what I'm trying to do is kind of give this impression as if they're kind of like turned, like their torso is turned a little bit and they're looking off in this direction, whereas their legs are sort of facing a little bit further, you know, closer to where the camera view would be on it. I get the feeling that's kind of like what they're doing, you know, and their arms are behind their back a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm trying to work with here a little bit. I need to foreshorten that leg a little bit up. There we go. That's a little better. Legs are always the bane of my existence, I tells ya. They are my trouble spot, but I try to do what I can with them. So for those of you guys just tuning in, welcome. My name is Ira. This is Blind Dad Does. Right now, Blind Dad is attempting to do a little bit of art, but I'm not sure how well I'm doing with it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens once things get a little bit further along. I'm kind of like right now in the awkward young stage, sort of like that tween stage, you know, where it's a little bit awkward. More reminds you of the triangle head from Resident Evil. Yeah, you know, I could see that being there a little bit too. Yeah. It does. It does a little bit. That's a good thought. Okay, so I can get away from the Disney Castle thing now with myself. Good. I'll just think triangle head or pyramid head. Pyramid head. That's what his name is. But anyways, so I am a blind guy. I do try to do things while having this severe visual impairment. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just random. And well, that's what we're getting this time around. And this painting actually started off as something completely different. I'll show you a little bit here. This painting began with this. So it's kind of fun to see what you can do when it comes to just putting a splotch of paint on the canvas and working out from there what might or might not be there. You know what I mean? So kind of gone from there to here for the moment, and we'll keep on going and see what happens. Oh, Pyramid Head. Yeah, from Silent Hill. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You're right. I know you're always right? How many more times can I say right? Right? Music gets epic suddenly. Okay, so I've got kind of like the basic idea of the figure laid out here. So I can try to go from here as far as like the drama of the scene. So what are we looking at here? What's this person here for? What is their purpose? Sorry, it's Silent Hill. I have lack of oxygen brain. Well, you know, Jolene can join in with you. She always has low oxygen. Her oxygen is perpetually like 85 to 88. So, you know, y'all can just have low oxygen together. Water's always good. I think what I'm going to do is try to do something to like give an indication of the distance involved with things here. So let's see. What can I do that I can make use of that would help that? Sure, we can try this and see what happens. So I'm going to go with the dark, very dark. Okay, I need to up the opacity on that a lot. Oh yeah, there we go. That's kind of nice. Yeah, there we go. And then I can mist it up as we go. That'll work. Just something to give a little bit of a touch of distance there, you know. Lord, I got so many brushes. Too many brushes. My goodness. There we go. There we go. I will say one thing that we're grateful for is that after her surgery, her oxygen levels have been a little bit on the better side here and there. We've seen them like go as high as like 92 once, wasn't it, hun? You've seen it at 92 once. Didn't last very long, but still, you know, it's an accomplishment compared to what she's dealt with her whole life, so. I know, I'm with you on that one, Robin. I don't do water either. I don't do water either. .96 with a heart rate of 111. Girl, calm that heart down. We'll rest more. Dagnabbit. Electro swing. Oh yeah, a little bit of the smooth jazz. No, I'm sorry. Wrong music genre. Right. Yeah, I get why it's there. I'm just messing with you. I'm trying to help cheer you a little bit after your rough morning with the gnat in your coffee. Well, guys, listen, I will tell you what, my eyes are starting to kind of bug me a little bit here, and I need to give them a little bit of a rest. If I don't, then tomorrow I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I'll probably end up with a high drop or something. So I'm going to have to be a little bit cautious, play the game that my eyes want to do. And so I'm probably going to go ahead and just stop things for right now. However, that being said, please let me reassure again how much I am grateful that all of you guys are here with me and that you have chosen this moment in time to be here with me, to be together here with the others that are here as well. And that I hope that all of you guys have the greatest day, night, life cycle, whatever it is that you're currently experiencing. I hope that it is absolutely amazing. And in the meantime, again, thank you guys for breaking my heart as much as you guys have and allowing me this space to be here and show you a little bit of my creation, a little bit of the things that I do. And yeah, much love to you guys. Keep safe out there. Have fun. Thank you so much as always for watching. We'll talk to you again in just a little while. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me figure out somebody that we can raid, because that's the best thing to do. So who's available? Who's available here? Let's see. Oh, yep. I know exactly who we can raid, and it's going to be great. You guys are going to love these guys. Fox and Bull, they're awesome. They are awesome. You guys are going to really love them. So, yeah, I need to rest these peepers for sure. So, okay, hang out for a minute. We're going to go ahead and give these guys a raid and enjoy it. These guys are amazing. You guys are going to get a big kick out of them. They're a lot of fun. So, again, talk to you guys later. Have fun. Have a great night. I'll see you again tomorrow, probably in another less than 24 hours. So,
Incoming customer detected.
Keep your eyes open, boys.
We need to have a serious talk.